All right, welcome back to the lab. I'm going to call this the lab because we're in the lab today. We're going to brew up a boros Oathbreaker deck. So that's going to be exciting. I got my friend here. Why don't you introduce yourself?
My name's Steve Hendrickson, and um, I'll play Legacy Magic.
Legacy. He's a legacy brewer, one of the best the format has to offer. And you like Oathbreaker, right? This is strange to me. A legacy player who doesn't really like Commander, right? Is this true?
I do not like Commander.
Okay, but you like Oathbreaker.
I think that the pace of play in Oathbreaker is more tolerable than Commander for, typical. If you're a typical competitive player, Commander takes too long, where Oathbreaker is a much more fast, interactive environment.
Yeah. So today we're going to be brewing a deck. We're going to brew. Now you want to build Nahiri the Harbinger bringer stacks, right? Is that what you said? You want to build
Yes,
stacks.
yes.
So all the fun
Harbinger
today,
Stax.
all the fun. Now tell me why. Okay, so when you say stacks, okay, my first inclination, I'm going to show you. I like a Johnny for stacks, right? A Johnny V, also known as a Johnny Vengeant, because he has those abilities built in. Target permanent doesn't untap during controller's next untap. You know, it lets you gain life with the Lightning Helix ability, and also removes things, and then destroy all lands that a target player controls. So this to me says like borrow stacks. Now tell me, why instead are we going to run this Nahiri?
Um, do you like to play Sliver Overlord or Sliver Queen as your commander?
Let me think about that for a second. Uh, what does Sliver Overlord? Well, let's look it up. I'll look it up so I know. Add one to the sideboard. Okay, so Sliver Overlord. I feel like I'm about to get schooled right now.
No.
So okay, so
You're
Sliver
a
Overlord
professor.
it
A
does
professor.
it does a search. Yeah, it's just funny because you're like, it feels like one of those trap questions. Which one would you rather run? So Sliver Overlord says search your library for a sliver, reveal that card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Gain control of target sliver. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. Okay, and then we have Sliver Queen, which I have to be familiarized because I don't know. Okay, it makes slivers. Just makes a bunch of slivers. Um, so like I would prefer the Overlord
Right. Like
because
Sliver
it
Queen is
searches.
probably yeah. For me, Sliver Queen is the more of a sliver card because slivers is the ultimate go wide, give them a
Hmm.
bunch of abilities, and
Yeah.
that's Sliver Queen.
Yep.
A Sliver Overlord lets you go find whatever you need, and that's for me the difference between Nahiri and a Johnny because Nahiri has the draw a card, discard a card,
Uh huh.
and then assassinate slash wear tear on a tapped item, which I don't whatever. I'm never understand
there,
the
there is
wear
the
tear on
card
it.
combination. Yeah.
Yeah, and then her ultimate is a through the breach ability. So
Right. So you just want the velocity of the draw
yes,
discard essentially, because and I guess the flexibility in the removal, right?
yes.
Removing things. Okay. I'm not going to tell you no because this is what you want to build. So I'm with you, but I just have to ask about the I have to ask about the Ajani feat. So we'll
I
move
mean
on.
we can. So for me, I can run either one. So
Hmm.
Johnny Benj is going to be in my deck.
Right. Oh, so we should do
So
that right now then.
yeah,
Yeah, let's just do that to make Jonathan happy. Because then when we put one in there, then we're happy. See, a Johnny Bench, boom. Now we can move on. Now, the first thing I think about with this thing is the first ability is great. Draw a card, discard a card. Now, okay, maybe I'm jumping ahead first. We need a signature spell, right? Do we want to think
yes.
about the signature spell after we build the deck, or do we want to do it before we build the deck?
I was wanting to play Armageddon.
That's a great signature spell. That's great. Um, yes, Armageddon.
For me, that was kind of like the uh, the stacks effect.
Yeah.
Attaching it to this creature seemed
Okay.
insane to me.
That is great. That's great. So what that also means is that we're gonna run Let me put the Armageddon in the sideboard. Remove it from the main deck. And then that means that we're going to run Ravages, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm open to not play it because of budget reasons for people, but I would play Ravages.
Okay. We're going to... So what we'll do is we'll build this with no budget. What's up,
Perfect.
Jen? Welcome. We're going to build this with no budget. And then if you want budget suggestions in the chat, please let us know, and we'll make some cuts for the budget. For the budget, the people who are budget conscious. So we got the Ravages. Do we want then... Okay, so we're going down this land destruction path. Do we want the one that destroys all non-basic lands?
Well, there's two of them, right? If I did, it would be the second one that gets basic lands for every land destroyed that way. But I guess that's probably not as good in Commander because there's Ruination.
Ruination is what I'm thinking about.
Yeah, the second one is I used to play it Miracles.
Cataclysm? No.
No, if for every land destroyed, you get a basic land.
See, the only thing about non-basics is that means you can't run non-basics. You can't run a lot.
Right.
But I guess it doesn't matter because it's just like an Armageddon, right?
Right. Well, I mean, before we get to like a Ruination effect, I was going to run Blood Moon.
Okay.
Because I am red. So Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon.
Blood Moon and Magus of the Moon. Add one to the main deck. Magus of the Moon. Okay. Where's my Magus, man? Oh, I put Magus. I had to put Magus, not Magas.
He's not a maggot.
He's not a maggot. He is a human wizard.
That's right.
Okay.
What was that card called? I have like 1,000 of them because I thought it was going to get big, but then it didn't.
Uh-huh.
Because
we all have
banned,
a box like that.
They banned Sensei's Divining Top. They outthunk me.
Oh, is Top banned in this format?
No. I'm talking about when I spec'd on them for Legacy.
Okay. I was like, wait, I have Tops in a bunch of decks.
Oh, no. We want a Top.
We do want a Top, right?
Yeah, we have no brainstorms. We have to have a Top.
Okay. So you're saying you want to run some tax effects. So while you're thinking of your failed spec, do you want to put in a Trinisphere?
Yes, Trinisphere is great. The two orb effects.
Okay, so are you talking about? Let's see, orb.
Static Orb and Winter Orb.
Okay, Winter Orb. Add one to the main deck. Static Orb. Players cannot untap more than 2 permanents. Okay, I like that.
Tangle Wire.
Oh man, this is old school. Going to the old school. I like the Tangle Wire especially because I was going to ask about this, and I think we need to focus a little more on this. So Nahiri's second ability says exile target enchantment, tapped artifact, or tapped creature. Yes. Tangle Wire is great because it enables that a little bit, even though they get to pick. Okay, but we want other things that tap things, right? Like, do we want something that to make? What's up, Keyblade? Magus of the Moon. Do we want things to enable this ability to tap the creatures and tap the artifacts?
Well, what could we play? What was the old tapper artifact?
Well, there's Icy Manipulator.
Yeah, that's it. Thank you.
Do we want to play an Icy Manipulator? It's 4 mana for that.
I didn't put that into my head. I'm not against it. I was going to play more of just taxing their mana and...
Yeah, but then we do want a way to activate our Nahiri, right? Like, I mean, incidentally there'll be stuff, but do we just want to count on the incidental stuff that happens? I don't think so, right?
No, I mean, this is, once again, for me. So I'm more of a spiky guy, and I don't think about stuff like that. I try to, like, go to my goal.
Right.
So that might be... Icy Manipulator might not be bad.
Yeah. So that's the thing. It's like, this is a kind of a something to think about in deck building. I think we're already started with a great deck here. There's no doubt about that to me. But when I think about decks, especially commander decks or something like that, I always want to build holistically, and so like I want everything in the deck to build on each other. So I want something that's going to do, because like if we have something that taps an artifact, right? Then it also taxes their mana rocks, right? Because we can tap it, and then the mana rock is tapped. But the other thing is, you can use it as well with Nahiri's ability. So I'm just kind of thinking like, what is it? There's one called Relic something. Looking for it. It's called. It's like a relic barrier. Tap an artifact.
Relic barrier.
I don't know. I wish there was something that says tap an artifact or creature. Maybe it just is. Maybe it is icy.
No, I think icy is fine.
Because it also taps a land,
yeah.
which is nice. Yeah, we'll add an icy. Add one icy manipulator to the main deck. And, we might cut it later, but we'll see. All right, what's next, sir?
Well, so do we want... I have a Crucible with a Wasteland package because, again, strip mine's legal in this format, and I'm not going to argue with it.
People.
Yeah, I mean, I will 100% be happy to Crucible strip mine. Plus a Tabernacle.
Okay. Whoops. I need a Wasteland. And then we need a Tabernacle.
Like, I know Tabernacle Wasteland is kind of a nombo with Blood Moon, but at the same time, I feel like, you have choices. And I think Nahiri can kill an untapped... Yeah, it can exile a target enchantment. So, like, if my Blood Moon is really...
Yeah, you can get your own Blood Moon with Nahiri.
Right.
With the ability. So, okay, I think we need to, like, for some of the lands, we definitely need to add... we have a strip mine a Wasteland, but we have to add... the land that blows up and goes against the plains.
Flagstones of...
Yeah, we want flagstones in there. And then what I like to do is when we start getting close, I just like to fill the lands out with basics. And then,
Ben, I'm going to have some Wrath of God effects, like Sweltering Suns, Day of Judgment, and Wrath of God, to kind of slow down.
Yeah.
If the board presence is too much for me.
So Ben's asking, is this being built for 2 players or 1 player, 1 versus 1? Now, I think we can build a Stax deck that is more than just, 1 versus 1. I think this is a great, we can attack a whole table with this, for sure. So that's what we want to do. We want to play it for multiplayer, and I think 1 versus 1, these effects already punish a 1v1 player. So, we don't need to. So I think another thing in regard to like wrath effects and stuff like that. What about Ghostly Prison?
Definitely Ghostly Prison. Well, does Ghostly Prison protect my Planeswalker?
It does not.
Right. So that was my issue with that one. If I can get enough enchantments, I think it's expensive though. 5 mana. Sphere of Safety.
Yeah, Sphere of Safety protects your Planeswalker.
I mean, we have to look at what kind of enchantment count we can get in.
Yeah, I think Sphere of Safety is a lot. It does 1. Don't forget, because Sphere of Safety is a enchantment.
Right.
So it already taxes them 1 mana.
And I was considering running land tax Scroll Rack in this deck anyways. Because land tax obviously lets me get my land count up.
I like land tax. Scroll Rack. That's a good holistic addition where Scroll Rack already helps you filter your hand because you're playing boros, hard to do. You know what you might want in this deck? Smothering Tithe.
I mean, that's so that's outside of my realm. So I know that it jumped up, but is that the one that makes clues?
Yeah, it makes treasures.
Okay,
So
true. That's right.
they
Yeah.
have to pay 3 mana when they draw a card. If they don't, you make a treasure. And so what ends up happening is they just let you make treasures. And I mean, you play a Smothering Tithe, and then it goes around the table once, and you have 3 extra mana.
Oh no, I like it.
Yeah,
No, definitely
yeah.
sign me up.
We'll add the Smothering Tithe. So that's another enchantment for the Sphere of Safety. Maybe we should throw the Sphere of Safety in. And and then if we don't like it, we'll cut it later. And I had some neat. I have some neat cards that I've been looking into. Let me see if I can pull some up. Give you some of my secrets here. Do we want a Mox, like a Mox?
I have Chrome Mox and Mox Diamond. Because I'm a Crucible deck, I figured Mox Diamond was a freebie.
Chrome Mox is tough because you have a lot of artifacts.
I will agree with you on that. Well, the direction we're going is definitely going to be more artifact themed than I had. So
I like Mox Amber instead.
I don't know if my legendary permanent count will be high enough for it.
You have a Planeswalker.
True. I'm not going to argue with that.
Yeah.
We'll go with it.
Okay. All right. So this is one reason that Mox Amber is going to be really great in the format is because you always have, if things are going right, like you're not going to be Armageddon unless you have a Planeswalker. So you definitely want like a Mox Amber because your Planeswalker just goes right in hand with your Oathbreaker. So like you play your Oathbreaker, play a Mox Amber, and then you get that extra mana. You know.
No, I definitely agree. I've actually have not. My Aminato build was my first Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
And I still haven't facilitated a Mox Amber in it because I consider them more of a disposable income for cards.
Right.
My walkers. So I haven't really looked at them as permanent sources of advantage.
Right. And so that's a good thing. And the other thing I want to make this is a really great. These are great in the format. Now these are good in Commander. Okay. So I've been looking for cards that are like distinctly Oathbreaker good, or cards that are good in Oathbreaker only, but these are good in Commander, but they're really good in Oathbreaker, and that is the Medallion cycle. So if you think about it, like if you look at the white medallion, which is Pearl Medallion, it's basically a soul ring for you because it will reduce your Planeswalker and your Armageddon. So, like, if you on turn 6, you can cast your Walker and your Armageddon because they both are reduced by 1 because of the Pearl Medallion.
Yep. I mean, I don't know if I want to go the Medallion route until we finish up and see our counts on white versus red. Like, I think the Signet is better for me.
Yeah, but think about it. It reduces your spell, both spells. Your signature spell.
I agree with you.
Yeah. See, because like what you're saying is, I don't know about if I have enough white, but what I would say is that your signature spell and your Planeswalker are white, so it's always going to reduce those. So
it's always 2 mana.
Yeah, it's always 2 mana, and like I mean, if you do them in the same turn, it's 2 mana, but it's always making your Planeswalker 3 mana. So like think about this, like turn 2 Pearl Medallion. Turn 3, this is a slow start for the deck because I know you have like Mox Diamond and stuff like that. But even like a slow start where you're like turn 2 Pearl Medallion, turn 3 Nahiri.
No, that's definitely something I can be on board for.
Turn 4, Armageddon with the mana up or 2 mana up or, So we'll add it, but like, we always just go back and cut things,
Because I think what I was looking more into is like Grim Monolith, Boros Signet, if I get the artifact counts high enough, which I'm close.
Mox
Opal.
Mox Opal. Yeah, I think we can. Mox Opal's great because our artifact count. Armageddon. What's up, Keyblade? What's up, Dumbboy? Yeah, Armageddon is the key spell or the signature spell, and Nahiri is the Oathbreaker. And so we're just kind of looking to build a Stax deck here, and Now you were saying Wrath of Gods, right? Let's get some of those in because I'm feeling a little bit like we're gonna get run over by creatures right now.
Yeah,
So,
I have Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, and Sweltering Suns, which may switch to Pyroclasm if you change my mind. But like right now, the cycling was why I was considering Sweltering Suns.
okay, I like Sweltering because of the cycling in this deck, and also because of the Trinisphere. Also, I can't spell it.
Sweltering.
There we go. I like that. I like that. And then you were saying Day of Judgment.
Yeah, Day of Judgment and Wrath.
And Wrath.
My other protection spells was going to be Ensnaring Bridge and Moat.
Oh, wow. Moat. Oh, that's awesome. We're definitely going to... Let's add that Moat. Oh, Moat's great, man. Moat's really great.
I mean, some people aren't going to consider it great, but...
Yeah, I mean, okay. Look. Here's the thing, man. Moat is very expensive, and so is Tabernacle. But you could always have a proxy mate, you know?
Yes.
You can always have a proxy mate. People who are playing among friends, everyone's going to be happy. No problems. You know, just do what you do, you know? Here's some stuff I want to look at. It's some stuff I'm going to highlight some of these cards, and then they may not be good in this deck, but like let's just look at them and think about them in the context of Oathbreaker. Okay, so we have Spectral Grasp. So you put this on a creature. It's a 2-mana spell, and they can't attack you or a planeswalker you control, and they can't block you. They can't block creatures you control. So this is kind of like a removal spell for a creature on the board that allows you to like basically make them attack. Okay, they could still attack. It's different than like removing the creature because the creature can attack other people. They just can't attack you or a planeswalker. Okay, so interesting card, something to consider. I would not put it in this deck, but a white card that is kind of a removal spell. Here's another one. This is the creature that creates for 1 turn a ghostly prison that does protect planeswalkers. So it is a forbidding spirit, and basically when it comes into play, it makes that other people will have to pay 2 to attack.
I'm looking at that one right now.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It's kind of neat.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you can figure out a way to bounce it or anything like that.
Yeah. So
the effect.
I'm using this time to just kind of jump in on some cards that people might want to consider for the Oathbreaker format. They may not all go in this deck, but some of them I think could go in the deck. So this one is one that I think maybe could go in the deck. So this is called Archangel of Tides, and it is we'll get there to the Buried. That one's next on the list. Archangel of Tides is as long as it's untapped, creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless their controller pays 1 for each of those creatures. This is also a 3/5 flyer. And then if it's attacking, creatures can't block unless they pay 1.
Yes, I know this card. I love this card.
Yeah, so this might be something to include because you have Moat, which means that this could still attack, right?
Yep.
And then also, like if you happen to like play the Moat and then play this, but you know, if there's no Moat, this kind of soft protects you against people attacking you. So I don't know. What do you think?
I love this one. This one's one of my favorites.
Okay, so add it to the deck. Nice. And then there's another one that does a similar thing. It's Buried Steward of Argiv. And this one just is the same exact thing, but it's a 2/4 with Vigilance, which I don't like so much in this deck. But you know, it is out there for people who want to just kind of like set things up there.
Yeah, I mean that's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
If you play Caracas with it, it could set up, you know, even just the fact that you can keep them protected.
Oh, that's neat, Caracas, because you can like, you know, bounce him and then Wrath,
right,
and then you know put him back or something like that.
Or block a big creature
and then bounce him. That's interesting. Should we put him in there?
Uh,
with Caracas.
yeah, we'll see. Go ahead and get him in there now.
Yeah, like what I like to do is I like to get stuff in there and then like start when we start looking at the full like, you know, the way the deck looks, we could just start chopping things out. Last one in this kind of category here is called Norn's Annex.
Oh yeah, this one's a great one. We've played in standard in this time, so this is definitely
Okay. So Norn's Annex is basically 5 mana, but you can pay 2 of that mana in Phyrexian mana. So it could be 3 mana and 4 life. Creatures can't attack you or planeswalkers you control unless they pay 1 Phyrexian for each of those creatures. So I don't
think that works because they'll pay the Phyrexian. I'm not pressuring life totals, so I have to depend on an aggro person at the table to control their life total for me.
Now,
that makes sense.
Yeah, but the thing is also Oathbreaker, you start at 20 life, so you know it is hard to just start paying 2 life for everything you're attacking with. You know.
True.
You know, it's just like you got 3 creatures, take 6, attack you. You know, okay, you know, so that's a question. So we'll leave it out for now. But if we do,
I was thinking about like working on some mana ramp for our deck right now.
Yeah. So what do you have? What do you think in the way of mana ramp? What are you thinking?
I have Grim. Did you get Grim Monolith?
No, not yet. We'll add the Grim Monolith.
I mean, it's hard to ever say no to Grim Monolith.
No, I mean 3 mana. You know, that's excellent, excellente.
And a lot of times we're just looking to hit one of our big haymakers. So
right.
I also have the Signet.
Okay.
Boros Signet.
Boros Signet. Okay.
Just because I have a plethora of red-white spells.
Yep. You made that point to me while we were looking at my Nicol Bolas deck. I was running instead of Signets, I was running diamonds, and you had pointed out that in the Nicol Bolas deck, everything was like Signet oriented, like it was like black, red, colorless, or Nicol Bolas is like blue, black, black, red, and I was like, oh, that's a really great point. So, just a tip for people who are watching, maybe it's good to think about those things when you're building your deck.
Right.
Kind of a cool thing to think about.
I didn't know if we should do Mind Stone because it can be early ramp and then it can convert into cards.
Yeah, I like it. I like the Mind Stone.
I mean, with Winter Orb in play, I'm hoping to tax their lands hard enough.
Let's see, Mind Stone. You know what else I was thinking about, which actually is great. We have the Icy Manipulator, and with Icy Manipulator we can shut off our own Winter Orb.
Yes, I did think about that.
So we get to untap.
Yeah, I did think that was basically what sold me. Was that I remembered my old days of shutting off my own, like even shutting off my own Trinisphere for a turn. If you ever had to cast a couple spells, everybody else gets the advantage of it, but if you're playing a bunch of haymakers, it's fine. Right,
and that's really the cool part about it, right? And you can do the same thing with the relic, the whatever we saw is the relic, whatever that, yeah, relic barrier, right? You can tap the Winter Orb or the Trinisphere, and do things like that. So, and they interact with Nahiri's ability. That's again holistically kind of cool thing that I like about it. I think the relic barrier is a little bit probably doesn't deserve a slot in the deck. But, I could see there being builds where that was helpful. All right.
I also had a Stoneforge Mystic and Batterskull in my list. Just to give me, it's kind of like a moat for the early turns. It's just that. It's just a moat effect because Nahiri can go get a creature and or artifact. So it was kind of like a 2-punch combo.
Okay, are we going to run the Emrakul? That's the question.
I don't think that
or the Eldrazi or whatever, because we can't. I don't know if we can run Emrakul. I have to check the ban list, but
Anne's Torn's banned. You can play the bad one.
Okay.
my list of creatures was the 2 Titans, because Inferno Titan is kind of insane if you get a bunch of mana.
Okay. And
As a one
Sun
shot.
Titan and Inferno
And Sun
Titan.
Titan can get back most of my deck
Uh-huh.
that's in the graveyard. And then I think the only other considerations I had written down was the colorless Titan, Wormcoil, Elshnorn, because it can just wipe everyone's board,
Uh-huh.
and Blightsteel Colossus, because that can punch someone for the win.
Wow. Yeah. Blightsteel's a lot of mana, huh?
Well, with Nahiri, she
She can
cheats
go
it
get
in.
it. Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
And like if you do that, then you have to run like a sneak attack in the deck as well, so
Yeah.
you can repeat it.
Sneak attack. Okay, let's put some mana in place. Because we're up to 37 cards. And then if we figure another 20 mana, it's going to put up to 57. And that'll put us one card off our build. So let's get us into the mana zone here. And
Yeah, I was like, well, do you have some mana in the deck, right?
well, we definitely did rocks, but we did not build the. Oh, and we put some lands. Yeah, we have 5 lands in there right now.
Right.
So we need do you want all the soul lands or
Well, so yeah, I have Ancient Tomb and City of Traders.
Ancient Tomb?
I do not have Crystal Vein.
Okay. City of Traders. And there was actually a really good. Do you want Crystal Vein or no?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't think it's good enough for the. I don't really like the normal City of Traders, because it's one shot. I mean, I guess Crystal Vein's fine. Crystal Vein's fine.
Okay.
We'll put it in there for right now, because we need a bunch of basics if we're going to run the Skull Rack combo.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's true. We don't want to go overboard on the utility lands. Now, just a shout out. When we built the Ugin deck, somebody told us to put this in. What is it? Man, I can't say that. Untedake, the Cloud Keeper. This is a soul land that taps for 2 mana to play legendary spells, which means you can play your Planeswalker with this land. I don't think it's good in this deck because there's not enough legendary spells to play, but interesting.
No, that's sweet. I forgot about that one. That was one of the spikes that happened when they changed the Planeswalker.
Right. But that's kind of cool, right? I don't think for this deck though, right? Because most of our threats are not legendary, and the only thing it would really work for is our Planeswalker, and it doesn't make mana for non-legendary. It's just like a nothing land at that point.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, I think I had 12 basics, and it was like 6 of each.
Okay, so let's put that in, and then we'll look at our land count.
I actually went with 0 fetch lands and plateau, which was funny that I went with 0 of them, but I didn't think about it at the time.
Do you want to put those in?
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens once we get everything else.
Or?
Let's see what else once we get all the other lands in, because I had a Needle Spire, which I don't know if I want now.
It's the man land, right?
Yeah.
The red-white man land.
That might be bad. What's chat think about Needle Spire? Do you think
what
that's
do you guys think about Needle Spire? You know what? I haven't seen chat. I haven't been looking. Sorry, chat. I just went into the zone, and we've been building this deck. So, Untitled. Okay, thank you. The Silent Wyvern. Appreciate you, breaking your silence to do that. Let's see. Do you want Darksteel Citadel or Cascading Cataracts? Flagstones of Torquair.
We want Flagstones, right?
Yeah, but Cascading and Darksteel, they are indestructible.
Oh, no. I'm definitely down with Darksteel and Cascading.
Yeah, okay. Scepter of Dominance. Ooh. Wow. Dumb Boy. Nice. That I know that one. It's the white artifact. That's a good one. Yeah, that was a good one.
Oh, that's way better than Relic Barrier.
Yeah. I think we want both those, right? The scepter and the icy.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Great suggestion, Dumbboy. Nice.
Silent River and I agree. I was looking at the main land. It's like an emergency thing, but it was basically 5 mana. I would
We
take
gave
5.
up on you. Dior does. Stop it. Stop stirring up, what is it? Stop stirring up trouble in the chat.
It's
Trying to
squawk
make
talk.
yes.
Squawk talk.
Stop your squawking down there and trying to make people turn on me. I think we have room for a plateau. We only have 20 lands. I think we want to get it up to like 25.
Yeah, I was thinking 23 with all the mana rocks.
Do you count Do you count with that count? Do you count things like the tabernacle?
I guess technically that would be 22 with Tabernacle.
Yeah.
So we can go to 24.
Right.
I mean,
And-
Tabernacle does tap for mana if I've got the non-bow going of Blood Moon, but it's at the same time. Yeah, I think we're good. We can go to 24.
Okay, so we're looking for 24. So that means we have 21 right now. We need another 3 lands.
Right. So we can do 1 fetch land,
Okay.
1 shock land, 1 dual land.
All right. So I put the dual land in already. So let's take a look. We want the Sacred Foundry. Man, Dumbboy, I still with that call was just so great. That was like so far out of my. That was so far out of my grid. Like once he said it, I was like, that's so good.
Oh, tell Dumbboy Tabernacle pitches to Mox Time and it's a land.
All right, so we're up to 23. We need one more land. Red white land.
Oh, Caracas.
We already added Caracas.
Do you want to go? Well, I mean, we could get a maze. I don't like Maze of Ith.
No, I don't like maze in this deck either.
It only hits 1 person.
What about a port?
No, it's the same thing. It only hits 1 person. So it makes I like my Wrath of God effect. When I build an Oathbreaker deck, I like Wrath of God effects because I'm not picking on 1 person. Even though we've played together a lot, and you always think I'm blowing up all your stuff. Like
I just say that. I just say that when we're playing because I want people to attack you, and if I play victim, they're gonna attack you. So. That's why I say like, oh, dude, he's blowing my stuff. He's got a vendetta. He's after me, guys. Protect me.
I'm bringing Vendetta next time.
The thing is, you have to be careful.
Right.
You can't be too strong at the table because, people.
Oh, I agree. I like playing the Wrath effects.
Yeah.
So I don't want to play when I play Winter Orb, it's affecting everyone, including myself, technically. So it's not as bad to me.
Yeah.
So I would actually probably not play port. I would probably play another fixing spell or a basic and just call it a day.
Okay. Let's add a basic, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add an Ensnaring Bridge. I'm going to add a Commander Sphere.
Well, I was going to try to play a Bottled Cloister over another Mana Rock because it is a combo with Ensnaring Bridge.
Okay, so we add the Cloister. Okay, we got in trouble last time with the Commander Sphere too because Commander Sphere does not tap for mana.
Right.
Not when you have a colorless deck. Okay, so we're 1 over right now. We're 1 over. We're at 24 lands and 1 card over. Now, I think we should keep going. If there's any suggestions or anything that we should do, we should, think about it, put it in, and then start to make cuts.
Did we get Crucible?
Yeah, Crucible's in there.
Inventor's Fair is cool, Dumbboy. I think we have enough mana rocks and stuff to support it. So that could be better than the extra basic we put in.
The extra basic. Do you think we should cut the basic and put in a Inventor's Fair?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I just saw
Okay.
that in chat. So
Okay.
the Mentor's Fair was a really smart man right there.
Yeah, it
His screen
gains
name
life
is
too.
Dumb Boy.
Doesn't it? Doesn't it gain? Yeah. Why is your
Yeah.
name Dumb Boy? You've said nothing but smart things, man.
Well, I read it as it goes and gets bridge. So
I think maybe you should change your name, Dumb Boy. Maybe to Smart Guy or something like that. Okay. So what else do we want the guy? I know it picks on people, but do we want the guy with Caracas, the Caracas locker?
does he pick on people?
Well, he removes permanents, so
Oh, Mangara of Corridor.
yeah. Do we want Mangara?
Oh, yes. I not even think about that magical card.
Yeah, we got some Mangara action going on. Spirit of the
Oh, my
Labyrinth.
son. Yeah, my son with is Keyblade, and he's crying out spirits because he loves to take everyone's fun away.
Oh, Spirit of the Labyrinth. Do we want that? Do we want Spirit?
I think it's kind of mopey.
Okay.
Well, dumb boy, my child. Oh, you're dumb boy because you were 10. Well, my son is 11, and that's why he's Keyblade. So
Okay. So, is there any other planeswalkers that we want in this, like Gideon or anything like that? You know?
if I did Gideon, it would be Gideon of the Trials.
Oh, that's an interesting one. Hiroki. I think this is I. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. Is this the Dust guy? Because there's like Dust something. Hold on, we'll get there.
Yes, I think it is.
Dust Drinker.
The Dust Drinker.
Yeah. Yeah. Lands don't untap during their controller's untap step.
Oh yeah. Yes, I'm loving that card.
Oh man, that's boss. Oh, such a
Oh,
good,
man,
such a good one. Such a freaking good one.
I'm pretty sure no one else will like that, but yeah.
Dior Dust is like, add Jura. No, we're not adding Gideon Jura. Go fanboy somewhere else, Ben.
Oh, I love Ben. I'm a big Moat Gideon fan, but I just don't know if he'll survive when the whole table has to attack him. I don't like it, and I had one in my Esper deck, and we played like 2 weeks ago, me, Medina, or whatever. It was a week ago or 2 weeks ago, and I never could cast it because there was more attacking power on the table than that Gideon could survive. So I felt like it was a non-bow.
Okay, I think that it sounds like we've petered out of questions, right? Or out of additions. Let's start talking about cuts. We have 3 cuts to make.
Yes.
Yes. So for creatures, let me read them off. Stoneforge Mystic, Magus of the Moon, Mangara of Corandor, Archangel of Tides, Barid, Steward of Argiv, Hiroki, Inferno and Sun Titan, and Wormcoil Engine. I like our creature suite. I'm not really rushing to cut any of them. If I did cut one, it would be the Archangel of Tides.
So we did not get Blight Seal on the list, right?
Oh no, but we can.
No. We can, if we didn't, then we can cut the sneak attack.
Okay, there's no sneak attack either.
Perfect. That works. Okay.
So we still have 3 cuts. That's the problem.
Right. No. So we can move. I mean, we can cut Baird, and he might just be too cute.
Okay, you think he's too cute with Caracas
I think the Archangel is better.
because of the flying?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll cut Barid. Sorry, buddy. Remove.
He's cool.
You are cool, man, but not that cool. All right, so next we have, we did not add a Mox Opal, but we could. But here's what we have. Mox Amber, Mox Diamond, Land Tax, Sensei's Divining Top, Boros Signet, Grim Monolith, Mind Stone, Pearl Medallion, Scroll Rack, Winter Orb, and those are our 2 drops through 0.
I mean, I'd want to cut Pearl Medallion just because.
Okay.
But I'm not looking at the screen. So what's our white? Are we heavier white than red?
Oh yeah, definitely. We have Stoneforge, Mangara, Archangel, Hiroki, Sun Titan, land tax doesn't matter. Scepter of Dominance, Ajani.
What about Mox Amber?
Do you want to cut that?
I'm just counting our legend. I mean, it's only really with our Planeswalkers and Mangara. I guess Hikori too, but
Yeah. Yeah, to me, it's always like we can replace this with a Mox Opal. That's fine. The Mox Amber. But for me, it's always like it gives you fast mana once you have your Planeswalker down to make another move, an additional thing, you know.
I don't think we're going to be able to take advantage of that one extra mana. I think we need the early mana. So if it was going to be anything, it'd be an Opal.
Okay.
Just because I think once we have their 4 mana play down, we're done for the turn. Until we untap.
So we're going to add an Opal, which means we probably need to add a Darksteel Forge or Darksteel whatever.
Citadel. So we cut Amber, and then we cut.
We cut Amber, but we added the Opal, so there was no cut there.
Right.
Essentially, it was just a swap. We did a swap instead of a cut. So I'm going to remove that. So we have Mox Diamond and Opal as our 0 drops. And we still, now we need to cut, for some reason, now we need to cut 4 cards.
Oh, really? Oh, because you didn't cut a land. You probably added a land.
Yeah, I added a land without cutting one.
So you can cut the Shock or another basic.
Okay. Over the Crystal Vein?
You've talked me into Crystal Vein. The fact that I can power out.
Okay. So let's cut a. We'll cut a mountain. I like the Shock.
Yeah, Dumb Boy's not big on the medallion, like I am. Like this is more like a 1 spell per turn deck.
Okay.
So like, the medallion's like probably the weakest card. We're not going to be able to take advantage of it. We're not going to multi-spell.
Okay.
Because we're blowing up everyone's stuff.
You have 2 Citadels, you donk.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
We do.
You told me we didn't need it.
We do. Hold on. That makes cutting easier, Zuko. Okay, don't worry about it, bro. All right, we have one more cut. See? Citadel gone. Now we have 1 cut.
What about enchantments? What do we got going on there?
Oh, yeah. We've got enchantments. We have... I'm going to see if I can sort by detailed type. Here we go. Enchantments, we have Land Tax, Blood Moon, Moat, Smothering Tide, and Sphere of Safety.
Do we want... I mean, we want Smothering Tide, right?
I like Smothering Tide, but I can totally... The thing is also it makes artifacts. So, you know, kind of cool with the Opal. But, like, I like it. It gives you a lot of mana. It lets you pull ahead. It lets you do more than one thing a turn. But I could see cutting it. It feels much better to Armageddon with a Smothering Tide down.
Yeah, I don't think we can cut an enchantment, because if we cut an enchantment, the Sphere of Safety's got to go.
Yeah.
If I was going to cut, because there's not enough enchantments to feed it, in my opinion. So, like, if we're going to cut that, maybe is Static Orb too much?
Well, I mean, this is a stack, so I mean,
yeah.
It is.
I mean, it's not my favorite stacks effect, but like, when you're only a 1-up format, you've got to go with what you got to go. Yeah. So,
this is hard. The list is getting super tight. Dumb boy, dude, don't touch the Ajani. No.
Johnny can't. Johnny's
we
gonna stay, buddy.
With the Ajani, bro. We can't cut it. It would have worked out if we had the medallion. Come on.
We got the signet. Johnny's fine.
Oh, man.
Do we cut a land?
We're at 23 land.
Zuko, we just have Batterskull for Stoneforge Mystic. And that was just because of early aggression, just to have some kind of out in the deck to early aggression. And Batterskull is a redundant threat. It's hard to get rid of. I mean, we could cut Mystic and just play Batterskull.
Huh. That's interesting.
That's probably maybe that's cute.
That might be better though, right? Because if we draw the Batterskull, then does Mystic do anything? I mean, it makes it cheaper. It's like
No, it does nothing. It's probably useless.
okay.
So we can cut the Mystic and just use Batterskull as our.
Okay, so we'll cut the Mystic. Let's do that. Okay.
Mana Tithe is hot. What about a Johnny in multiplayer and Mana Tithe?
Stop it. Yeah, you're telling me no a Johnny? A Johnny stays! See? Keyblade says.
Yeah, I'm gonna definitely be on board for key. I like the Batterskull just because it is something you can do to
Yeah,
get your
I
life
like it
total
too.
back.
I think it's great. I like this list.
All right, well you're gonna have to send it to me, so I'll build it for Thursday.
All
sometime.
right. All right. So let's put this out. This is Stax. So I'm saving the list. The list is saved. Usually we like to do some test hands and stuff like that, but there's no time for that today. So wait, what do you think? Do you have time for a test hand, or do you got?
I do. Yeah.
You do? Okay. I have a little bit of time for a test hand, so we'll do the test hand, and then the test hands. So I need to pull up Tapped Out.
Dumbboy, if we could play, what's the old artifact that you played with Orange Chant? Scepter.
Isochron Scepter.
Yeah, Isochron Scepter. I would play Mana Tithe, but I don't. Well, Mana Tithe can't be played with that, so it doesn't even work. Never mind. If I had a way to recur Mana Tithe, I would love it.
All right. Whoops.
But I always counter spells, so.
I need to save this as a text file.
I have Tabernacle and Moat from playing Blue White Control and Legacy for years, so they weren't ridiculous cards when I acquired them.
Right. They were a lot cheaper back then. But I mean, they still weren't cheap. You know what I mean?
Moat was really not that bad. And neither was Tabernacle. It was like my Candlesticks. My Candlesticks weren't anything. And that was also before Time Spiral was in band, so, Candlesticks weren't bad. So
Yeah, what were Candlesticks? Like 125 or something like that?
50.
50. Dang.
I mean, but, I played 1.5, so 1.5 is completely different.
What is 1.5?
The predecessor to Legacy,
Oh, wow.
when you could play your workshops and wonder why.
Oh, man. All right. So we saved this Oathbreaker deck. Is it?
Oh, Dumbboy, yeah. Yeah, that happened to a lot of people I know.
What's that?
Dumbboy mentioned word he sold his duels for $3 a piece 15 years ago. So yeah.
When are we gonna brew my Teferi Oathbreaker? Dior does getting in on the Oathbreaker action. I don't know, man. I don't know. But let's do it. Let's put it on the calendar.
Yeah, I've got a nice one, but it's not. I mean, with number one card, Knowledge Pool, it's got to happen.
You got to put Knowledge Pool in there, man.
You do.
Got to put the Knowledge Pool.
And then you get to play your spell. Your signature spell can be Enlightened Tutor. So
Okay.
This is the first deck where I'm not brewing as a 1-mana signature spell.
Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm getting our test up right here. So you might see some stuff happening with my screen. So bear with me. All right, let's remove our deck builder, and now we have a test hand here. So we got we got a Trinisphere, a Crystal Vein, Icy Manipulator, Bottled Cloister, a Plains, a Batterskull, and a red mana, a Mountain.
to an average of like 3.5 CMC.
Yeah, I don't like this hand. It does give us a Trinisphere on turn 2, but we have to sacrifice the Crystal Vein to do that.
Yeah, I think if that was a Ancient Tomb, we'd be all about it. But
Yeah.
I think that's almost an automatic mulligan.
Okay, so we're gonna mulligan this hand, and we'll draw a free 7 here. So this hand is a little bit better. It has 2 planes, an Inferno Titan, a Icy Manipulator, an Ensnaring Bridge, a Mox Diamond, and a Trinisphere. So if we draw one more land, then we get the turn 2 Trinisphere, which is great.
We don't. Do we have a fast mana besides Mox Diamond?
No.
So it's a turn 3 Trinisphere still.
No, it isn't. Right? We have Mox Diamond.
I thought we only had 2 lands.
We do. So if we draw another land.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
Right?
Yep.
I would keep this. I would play out. So let's say we're going to keep it. We're going to draw our card. Well, we don't get a scry because we get the free 7. It's a multiplayer. We're going to draw our card. We drew Angel of Tides. We play a Plains, pass the turn. And then next we draw a card. Winter Orb. We did not get there. I think we have to keep the Mox Diamond for later at this point, right? We just play the land and Winter Orb?
Yeah, we can play Winter Orb and try to slow everybody down to get a chance to, draw out of it.
Now, this turn we're going to get scary because we're going to untap and hopefully we draw land. We drew a Grim Monolith, which is fine. We only untapped 1 land. So I think we have to pass, draw, untap. We're kind of no land here. We're going to play a Grim Monolith, I presume, and then probably a Trinisphere.
I think Trinisphere has lost its value.
Okay, so we have 3 mana. Do we want to play a Crucible? Ensnaring Bridge?
I'd almost say play Bridge or just play Monolith and build up mana. Like, continue to develop our mana.
Oh, just leave the Monolith up?
Yeah, just because we kind of, we'll have 4 mana next turn.
Okay, untap, draw. We have another Plains, so we can play it.
But we have nothing to play.
We could play our Mox Diamond and then play our Planeswalker.
Yes, which was what we'd almost have to do.
Yeah.
But what do we have mana-rise then? We have 5 total mana right now, so we can get up to 6. If we hit a land off the Faithless or the discard loot.
Let's see, draw. We did. We hit a land. What are we going to discard at this point? Angel Tides?
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, I think we have to build. Yeah, we have to pick something, and I think that's the effect that has to go because we need our Crucible.
Yeah. So we do that. We play a land.
Do we need Crucible?
I think we're going to Armageddon next turn because next turn we untap. Well, not next turn, right? This is going to take a long time before we get in.
Yeah.
I think the deck at this point turned the corner. I was worried about it for a second. It felt like it wasn't going to turn the corner. Hey, what's up, D. Cameron? Yeah, we're testing hands for Oathbreaker with this new brew that we did. It's a boros brew. So welcome to the stream. At least you get to see some kind of thought processes and stuff like that.
I think if you got time, run one more test hand because I think this was
a kind of a little bit of a cruddy hand. Let's restart.
A very high curve.
I feel like we're seeing a lot of these high curves. This hand is similar. We have Ravages, Inferno Titan, 2 Plains, Archangel of Tides, Smothering Tide, and Day of Judgment. And then we're going to draw a card. We draw a Plains for turn. But I don't think we keep that anyways.
No.
Let's mulligan again. Let's shuffle up. Mulligan. And then draw extra cards. So this one is a little bit better. We have 2 Plains, a Crystal Vein, Trinisphere, Inventor's Fair, Tangle Wire, Winter Orb, and...
Oh, this hand's great.
Yeah. So it's slow, right?
But you've got like the ability to lock down between Tangle Wire and Winter's Orb,
Yeah.
and you do have the way to power out stuff if you wanted to. So like we could power
We
out.
could power a tangle wire.
Yeah, I mean I don't think there's any there's never any relevance to do it turn one.
Yeah.
If like you're on the, I mean, if we're last in the order,
Uh-huh.
yes, we would Crystal Vein sack, play it, and buy you time to keep playing lands down.
Right.
But like, if we're the first in the turns, then we're gonna be playing a land and going.
Yeah, so we'd be land, go, draw. Ooh, we drew a City of Traders.
Yeah, that's bonkers. Because then the sky's the limit now.
Now we can Trinisphere if we wanted to. We could Tangle Wire,
I think you would play
Winter Orb.
Grim Monolith.
We don't have Grim Monolith. We have a Tangle Wire and a Trinisphere.
Okay. Yeah, then we just play the Tangle Wire probably.
Okay, so we do want to play the Traders then.
Well, I guess we play Winter Orb. If
Yeah,
you've got
let's go
city,
slow.
Yeah, we go slow.
Yeah, let's go slow.
Because it's only going to hurt one of our lands.
Yeah. And so on our turn, we're going to untap a land draw. We have a land tax, which is nice. We could Trinisphere here, but that will shut off our land tax in the future. We could land tax in Crystal Vein. We
Probably
could city Tangle Wire.
I think we just city Tangle Wire and play the land tax. Can you do that all in one turn? Yeah.
No, because it untaps one land, right? We tap 2 lands to play Winter Orb. We untap 1, so we have 3 mana available with the city.
Right.
Yeah. So we won't be able to play our land tax. But our land tax will get enabled when we eventually play another land and sacrifice our city, which is great. So next turn we could untap city and draw. We get Mangara. This is fine. This is a fine thing. I'm going to mulligan. I'm going to do this again just to see what kind of hand we're going to get here. So this hand is bonkers. It has a Mox Diamond and a City of Traders in it.
Yes, that's the most powerful start you've told me yet.
Yeah. I think we would, even with this hand, though, we would still just play... I think we would just play a Plains and pass the turn. And then we would draw a card. We drew Grim Monolith. This is where we would probably go, Mox Diamond, pitching our fetch land, and then City of Traders. And then we can play our Planeswalker or Hirobi at this point. Probably our Planeswalker, right?
Yeah, just play the Planeswalker and start.
Draw. Discard a Crystal Vein?
I think we've got mana.
Inventor's Fair?
I would rather have Inventor's Fair than Crystal Vein.
Okay. Because with Crystal Vein, I think we get to Sun Titan next turn. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. We should keep the Crystal Vein and Sun Titan.
Okay.
I mean, we could also Armageddon next turn. Yeah, this hand is bonkers. Because we could, Grim Monolith into Armageddon. Stuff like that. Okay, this hand we won the game, I think.
Yeah. Dumb Boy, I'm thinking about Boros Garrison because of Armageddon and land tax. It does enable both those strategies, to be more powerful. So.
Yeah. I don't know. That is right. The bounce land might be worth running. I think I agree. So let's take another. I think the hands we got some good hands out there. Let's take a look at bring the deck up again. We'll run through real quick. I'll just show you the deck as we sign off here. Any final things? Anything you want to add there before we?
No. I mean, so obviously when we're doing these hand draw ups, where we're analyzing it from the point of view that we're not playing a multiplayer game. We're just we're goldfishing. So some of these hands that seemed really slow might be better because you're not being attacked, because there's so many choices to attack you, and you are the floundering one in some
Right.
aspects.
Yeah, and that could be, like we say they're, like you said, slow hands, but you know, some of those in a real game, people are not doing much in those turns, and then when we start dropping like turn 4 Sun Titans and stuff like that, that's kind of gross. And we kind of, well, I think we would catch up in those situations. I'm really interested to see how it plays. This is a really hard deck. So yesterday when we did the colorless deck, it was easier to see how things affected the board, because the colorless deck was more like, I'm gonna ramp out this big stuff, boom,
Yeah.
deal with it. And we knew that, okay, this was a great play because we ramped out, we did the big thing. This deck is not really doing big things, it's locking things. So we don't know how, without other players, we don't know how good the lock is.
Right.
And so, like, with other players, we could just see, like, oh man, that's just devastating, like, ouch, like. And I feel like that's what's going to happen, is we're just going to see a lot of that, like, oh, that's just gross, like this tripping over the mana situation, and then see us really pull ahead with like an Armageddon or like some big threat or something like that. So
Yeah, well, definitely. I mean, definitely. I think that without seeing the effects of our spell, we're just guessing a lot. And
right.
so,
So Thursday
but
we'll get to see, and if you do want to see some of the results of that, I will post pictures and stuff like that to Twitter. So make sure that you're following me on Twitter. Do you also want to give your own Twitter, or are you interested in having people follow you on Twitter?
if I would, if I knew it, I'm terrible.
Okay.
Yeah, I think you've seen it probably in your stream, but I never look at my Twitter, so I never
Okay.
advertise it out. You'll see me lurking sometimes on Medina's posts.
Okay, and what'll happen is, those of you who are watching on YouTube, you'll have the Twitters in the description, and so you can always look at the description. You'll see our Twitters on there. The other thing is that the deck list is going to be there too. So some people are on YouTube asking for deck lists and stuff like that. All you have to do is look in the description; it's right there for you. So, and if I ever forget it, let me know. So thanks again for visiting the lab, and we'll brew up some more decks in the coming days for sure. We're going to do Ben's Teferi and Silence deck. That's going to be a lot of fun. And if you out there who are watching want to get in on the action and brew your own Oathbreaker deck with me, let me know. I think it'd be fun. Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Bye-bye.